And thank you all for coming online, offline. It's really nice to meet you from Groningen in the Netherlands to Taipei. I'm really excited to be with you today. Of course, the main thing today is that you visit the booth and that you visit students and alumni, and of course that you listen to the short presentations of all the universities. Probably you heard other colleagues already from other universities. I saw NHL standing before, so you know probably a little bit more about the applied science already, or maybe you just hop in and to listen to my story. What I'm planning to do is short introduction what we offer at Hanze University of Applied Science Groningen. And then we can probably meet later tomorrow, or you can go to the booth and talk with Joanne, the alumna of our university. So it will be kind of overview, short introduction, because there will be a lot of universities today, and I hope you will enjoy what we offer. Actually, where are we? Well, you're all focused today on studying abroad and studying in the Netherlands. So we are in Groningen, and we as Dutch people, we say Groningen with a hard like in your throat. And we're in the northern part of the Netherlands. And the Netherlands is not that big country. In 2 hours, you will be in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is the capital city where you will arrive from Schiphol Airport. If you start studying, we will pick you up from the airport and bring you to Groningen by train in 2 hours. But it's also a good place to go abroad. You are close to the German border. We're close to France, we're close to England. So there's a lot of opportunities to travel around from Groningen. And who are we actually? We are a university of applied sciences, as mentioned, in the northern part, and we're actually the oldest and the biggest. The oldest is that we started with 2 programs, and I must say one of them still exists. That's the art program. And now we have over 70 Dutch programs, but also 25 international English taught programs. And international means that we also focus on the international world, not only translated everything in English. No, the projects are international, the staff is international, and we have a lot of international students from over 115 nationalities. So that means actually that you can make friends for life from all over the world. And also, I always say, we prepare you for a job all over the world. And we have different study domains, but they're all in applied sciences. And what does it mean? Applied sciences, probably heard from Jasper, my colleague, already in the previous presentation. In applied science, we focus on professional programs that prepare you for a specific career. That's a full sentence, but actually it means that when you're ready, when you finish your study, you will be a physiotherapist, or you will be an engineer, or you will be a teacher. So that's actually what the applied science is. Doesn't mean that it's all practical. It's a combination of theory, practical, research. Don't worry, there will be still exams, there will be still books, but we apply research, we apply everything you learn into our programs. And the programs are bachelor and master degrees. We have around 12 bachelor and 13 master degrees, and they will take 3 or 4 years and 1 to 2 years for the master degrees. The best thing of the applied sciences is actually that you will get work experience during your studies, and not only work experience because you have a part-time job. No, it's work experience into the program. Projects will help, but also internship and graduation will always be in a working situation. So you get a lot of nice of companies or institutions into your CV when you're graduated. So that's a good start. That's what we offer, but we also expect something from you, because in the applied science, it's not only hands-on, it has to be you who decide what to do. You have to do a lot of independent studies. You have to work a lot in groups. And that means that you have to approach things by yourself. It's not the teacher who is really explaining everything in front of the class, and you just have to copy paste. No, the teacher is more a coach. The lecturer is a coach who is giving you the things you have to prepare. So you prepare before you go to class, and then you discuss and debate, and you get explained it. And everything you learn, you do apply it in a project. So that means a lot of projects, and projects with international students can be a challenge, especially in the beginning, because it can be a challenge when you work with the Dutch, who always know what to do, or with the Spain, or always late, or maybe with South Americans. It's a challenge in the beginning, but it will work, because that's what you also will have when you graduated, international environment. That means I always say, well, to go to the Netherlands, it may be getting out of your comfort zone. And I expect from you that you all wanted to do that, because you're now interested in studying abroad. Some of you, I just heard that some of you already have studied abroad for exchange. So you probably know that it's not only sitting in the classroom. No, you have to do a lot of things for yourself. It can be a challenge in the beginning, but we also guide you through it. We have the lecturers who are coaching, but we also have academic advisors. So we will start guiding you from the beginning. I already mentioned that there is an internship and a graduation project in your program, and the internship for the bachelor programs, it's mostly in the third year. For the master programs, it's mostly a combination of the graduation project and the internship at the end of your program. And the best part is that you don't have to stay in the Netherlands. So in some programs, we just say, come to the Netherlands for 2 years, and then after that, please go abroad again for your internship, because that's also possible to do it outside of the Netherlands. And the same for the exchange programs. For bachelor programs, if you want to do half a year study abroad, you can go to, I think we have over 200 partners all over the world. You can choose to go abroad again. But both, you're also, it's also possible to do it in the Netherlands. The main thing that all our international programs are in English. Also a challenge in the beginning for all of the students, don't worry. We're all not native speakers, except from the few who come from English-speaking countries. So we're all in the same position. We're not native speakers, but together you will see it will improve really, really rapidly. I mentioned the group work. This is just an example of a really group work, because groups and lessons can also be out of your program. It's not that you just have to stay in, if you're doing engineering. This is an example of our last Dutch solar racing. And this was actually a group of students who worked on it. They were from different programs, from engineering, from communication, from finance, from international facility management, from the energy programs. They all work together in a project. And the best thing in this project is that there were also students from the research university and from the vocational university. So you really work to, or you really learn to work in groups with different people in it. And that really helps to do that. And this is just an example. Don't worry, there is these examples for every program you have. And what are the programs? Or just want to mention one other thing. We focus on energy, and we focus on entrepreneurship. And as mentioned, I said the projects you do is with interdisciplinary groups. And that means that we have an energy center where every student from the Hanze University of Applied Science and also from the Research University work together on real life cases with companies that are based on energy. Bachelor students, master students. So you really work to learn how to work together. Same with entrepreneurship. Really feeling to be an entrepreneur. If you're really interested to start your own business, Well, you can start it already from day one that you come to the Hanze. We will help you. We have what we say our Silicon Valley, where it's a bubble where you can explore everything about entrepreneurship. We will help you. The lecturers will help you. We will coach you. We will support you. And a lot of students start their business already during studies and have a startup when they're graduated. It's really nice to explore all kinds of things. We will coach you, but you have to do it yourself, of course. What are the programs? I go briefly through all the programs, not in depth. For that, please contact us or contact me tomorrow, because it's really too much to go in depth into every program. As mentioned in the beginning, we have several domains, and in the domain of art, we have design, fine art, classical music, and jazz in the bachelor programs. These programs are 4-year programs. And in the master, so after a Master of Art, after a Bachelor of Arts, we have painting, media art design and technology, interrelational artistic practice, and music. All these programs are Master of Art, and that means that you have a different focus on and a different background into the programs. They're comparable. Just have a look what the specific content is. We have a lot of programs in business and management, and that means in the bachelor, the international business. That's the more general, broad and business approach. When you want to be a general manager in every topic you can imagine. Related to that, we have international facility management. If you're more interested in organizing events in services of companies, then you can focus on this specific topic. Related to international business is also the international finance and control. And I just heard that someone is interested in, so we offer it. In this program, we're focusing on the main financial part of a company. It's not accounting. It's not to go in depth into the how do I say it, housekeeping, I would say, but into the numbers. It's more the financial flow of all companies. So what can we do with when we have how do I say it? The one where you have new. No, I will explain it later. Sorry, I'm just a little bit out of it. I will explain it later. Next to that, into international business, we also have marketing management that focus on the marketing part and the sales part as well. Next to that, we have business masters, the master of business, the energy masters, and the European Master of Sustainable Energy. These masters are all 1.5 years, and the last part will be a graduation project with an internship. If you say, because I now realize that the girl did an exchange of the student who was interested in finance, did an exchange in the Netherlands, so probably interested in a master program. If you're into, then you probably fit in more in the international business and management. Therefore, a part of it is the financial. That's international business on a strategic level, where you focus on or marketing or finance or HR, so more in the strategic level. You can also see that we have 2 European masters in energy, or 2 energy masters. One is related to business and lobbying and business plans, how to do the transition in energy. And energy for society is more the consumer related part of, okay, you and me, we need to focus more on sustainable energy. How can we do that? So we have a lot of them. For health, we have only 2 bachelor programs, physiotherapy and sports studies. Sports studies is a 3-year program. Physiotherapy is a 4-year program. and both are related to movement, to people, to health, to food, and for sports studies, also policies of to get people more to move more and to get healthier, but also related to be the director of the manager of a big sports center. It's all related to sports. In communication, Bachelor International Communication, Creative Media and Game Technologies, and the Master International Communications. International communication, of course, about how do we communicate, how do we get people of international communication. Is not a communication, that's also for the master. So we focus a lot on intercultural communication. So focus on how do people in the international environment communicate, and both are also really focused on advising and sustainable goals. The creative media is the engineering or the programming part of making games. It's related to designing, programming, and developing games. But beware, games can be not only the fun games. There are so many like educational games, but also roboting or also simulation are actually games. And games are not only games on the big game platforms, but also apps and websites and everything related to that. We have more. Can you still continue? Can you still understand a little bit? Because we have some more programs to go. In the engineering fields, we have mechanical engineering and sensor technology. Mechanical engineering, the broadened part of, if you're interested in machines, in engineering, in the broadened engineering part, and sensor technology is more related to electrical engineering and programming and innovation. For the masters, we have a part-time master architecture. That means that this program will take 4 years. So all other masters are 1 or 2 years. The architecture program is 4 years, but in part-time. That means you also have need to have a job in the Netherlands to combine with your program. The data science for life science, 1.5-year program, fully related on big data in life science projects, how to analyze, how to give summaries, how to figure out all the data that is in life science. And life science is broad, and it's not only medical, it's also chemical and biological. So there's a lot of data to analyze. This program is a research program and will take you 1.5 years. Another energy program is the European Master in Renewable Energy, where we focus on the engineering part. And that can be focused on solar, on ocean, or grids, or different parts. In this program, you will come to Groningen for half a year, then go abroad again, because it's a partnership with other universities. And then your last part, you will come back to the university to graduate. And the last one in the engineering is the smart system engineering, that also focus on data that you collect with sensors. So it's actually combined with the bachelor sensor technology. All data that comes from sensors, from apps, from all kind of different basics, to get into analyzing again and make things of it. Very innovative as well. Good, go back. These were the programs, full mouth. And how can you start it? Well, you need a high school diploma, then you will be directly entry. And of course, there will be programs where you have to do extra requirements. That means portfolio for the art programs, or admission, audition for the music programs. And for the physiotherapy, we have a selection day. For sports, So that's a little bit different per program. What the requirements, more general requirement, is your high school diploma or your IB diploma, and next to that, your language diploma. So you need at least IELTS 6.0 or TOEFL or required. Be aware that there can be different per program, and it's not only for us, it's for all programs where you're looking at today. Deadlines are different, but also requirements can be different. So check websites, really, really careful what you really need. And for the masters, it's even more general and fake, I must say, because the master entry is a relevant bachelor degree. Well, you can imagine when you want to study European Master of Sustainable Energy, that you think, yeah, what's a relevant bachelor degree? We will check, just get in discussion with us, but most of them, it's the bachelor related, it's the business related, but there are also other possibilities. And you can imagine that when you want to do art programs and you have an engineering background, that it will not be eligible. And also in my background. For that, also sufficient level of English, and that's mostly 6.5, I must say. Only the art programs have 6.0, 6.5. And I always say, please, please, if you're into it next year, start doing your IELTS early. Don't wait till May or March or April or May. That might be too late. Please do your IELTS early this year. And same for the bachelor degrees. Programs will have extra requirements like a motivation letter or a motivation movie or a motivation video at the moment, or an interview, but that depends on the program. Be aware of what you have to do and what the deadlines are. That's really important to know as well. Well, I think almost last of the practical information is finance. We ask you for a tuition fee. That's 7,900 euros for the coming year if you have a non-European nationality, and that's per year. So we ask you some money. You also need some money for housing and living. Do we offer some? We have some scholarships, I must say, but they are limited. And you can apply for that. The updated information will be there on in December, I expect. You can apply when you are accepted in spring. But again, it's limited, but we have a few for master students. We only have scholarships for master students. And I always say, if you not apply, you know for sure that you don't get anything. So it's worth looking at it if we have any opportunities. There will be no full scholarships, so it will be always a part of that, but it can help a little. I already mentioned the deadlines. Please be aware that there are deadlines when you have to apply. And applying, probably you will hear it 10 times today, applying can through StudyLink. That's a website in the Netherlands where you just make an account, you upload some documents, and you upload, and you will be referred to the university. So it starts all with StudyLink. Well, the best part, maybe the best student city, Groningen, in the northern part, over 60,000 students, 2 big universities, and that means actually 1 of 4 in the city is a student. That means that we have good and a lot of facilities for students. You will be feeling at home. There will be a lot of internationals. We're a city with over 200,000 people. It's all well focused on a good in the center. You will live in the center as well, and it will give you a good feeling of where to go and where to live. The only thing of where to live is that if you want to have, if you start studying next year, I would say start on time when looking for housing. One thing you also will hear today a lot is that in the Netherlands, we do not work with dorms. Few cities have a campus of housing on campus, like you probably heard from Leeuwarden. Most of the cities don't, and in Groningen, students all live over the city. That means that you might live in just a normal street, or you live in a student hotel. It's all in the city center. Some of them will live a little bit closer to the university. And main thing for that is that you start looking on time. By then we have, so that the university doesn't have any housing. You have to go to our partners. And I'm just seeing that I need to go. Well, I think that's it for now. I would just say, meet today our alumni at the booth. You can meet me tomorrow. There's a lot of plenty opportunities to meet the university. Go to our website. We have open days, and then you can meet us online and so on.